Did you know that mermaids have their roots in the Bible? I will clarify what one of the most significant texts of the Bible reveals about mermaids, and why, over the centuries, there have been countless reports of what is believed to be a mythical entity. These beings have been documented in various ancient cultures, each attributing different names to them, but all sharing a similar appearance. Therefore, we must start questioning how real these entities truly are. The answer can be found in a secret and missing book that is part of the Bible and speaks about mermaids and who they really are. Let me clarify that 2,000-year-old biblical scrolls were found in a cave in Qumran. These scrolls are known as the Dead Sea Scrolls. These ancient scrolls contain the biblical text we know today, including the Book of Genesis and the Book of Isaiah. However, there was one book that was completely hidden from the Bible for decades. This book is known as the Book of Enoch. The Book of Enoch complements the topics that the Holy Bible does not explore deeply, such as biblical creatures. Even creatures like mermaids are mentioned, and that is what I will talk about in this text. Enoch himself is Noah's great-grandfather, so this book is an important part of the Bible, even though it is absent in the current version. The Book of Enoch answers the questions we all have about various subjects in the Holy Bible. Although, as a Christian, your mind may be set on the current books of the Bible as the only truth, understand that the Book of Enoch was found along with the same books of the current Bible. Those in power decided to remove this book from the Bible. This does not mean that the Book of Enoch is less important. In fact, it could potentially mean that it is more significant than we initially thought. Now, let's take a look at what the Book of Enoch has to say about mermaids. The Book of Enoch mentions a group of mysterious beings, and these beings are what led to the creation of what we now call mermaids. The story begins with a group of angels, known as the Watchers. These angels came to Earth and mated with human women. This profane union resulted in the biblical giants we know from the Book of Genesis. However, the Watchers paid a price for this profane union. They were bound in a place known as Tartarus. The Nephilim were destroyed in a great flood, and the women who joined the Watchers were cursed. Did you know that mermaids were cursed to become what they are? According to the Book of Enoch, chapter 19, verse 2, the women who strayed with the angels would become mermaids. The word mermaid can be interpreted in two different ways. First, we have the Greek siren, which is a creature half bird, half human. However, over time, the word siren has been used to describe a specific type of mermaid that sings a hypnotic song that lures men from their ships to their death in the water. Originally, mermaids were human women. That is why, in various films, they transform into human women. This is because that is their original form. However, they cannot turn back into humans, as they are cursed and are not nearly as beautiful as they are portrayed. According to first-hand accounts of these creatures, when we delve deeper into the Bible, we can see that this verse is referring to mermaids. The Bible mentions that in the new earth there will be no oceans, which suggests that God sees the oceans as something profane. Perhaps it is to avoid demonic marine spirits, better known as mermaids, from inhabiting the oceans. Revelation 21 verse 1 says, "And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and there was no longer any sea." Now that we know these creatures are biblical, it is quite obvious that these aquatic humanoid creatures survived the Great Flood, as their natural habitat is water. This would explain why there are still so many sightings today. First-hand accounts of these creatures prove that these beings are demonic, to say the least. Many people who encounter these beings say they are demonic in nature because they lure people from their boats in the middle of the ocean. However, they apparently do not only inhabit the oceans, they inhabit other bodies of water, such as lakes and rivers. Mermaids have been documented for thousands of years. There is even an ancient Egyptian painting that illustrates a war that happened between humans and mermaids. These creatures are described as having a terrifying appearance and supernatural abilities, such as hypnotism and telepathy. They have been a source of fascination and fear over the centuries, often described with completely black eyes, sharp teeth, gills on their faces, and webbed fingers. These creatures have inspired legends about swamp monsters in some cultures. It is believed that seeing a mermaid can bring wealth, while in other places it is believed that people can be literally taken by these creatures. My final conclusion is that if these creatures have been documented for thousands of years in various cultures around the world, there is no way this can be just a myth. Let me know in the comments if you have ever encountered a mermaid. I would love to hear your stories. Thank you for reading. If you like this text and want to see more content like this, leave your suggestions. Until the next video.